Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Shravanam Diaries Podcast.
Hare Krishna, we're continuing to read Bhagavad Gita as it is, the book by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanaravinda, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Chapter 11, The Universal Form. Text 44. Tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kayam prasadaye tvamaham ishamedyam piteva putrasya sakheva sakyuh priyah priyayarhasi deva sodhum. You are the Supreme Lord, to be worshipped by every living being. Thus, I fall down to offer you my respectful obeisances and ask your mercy. As a father tolerates the impudence of his son, a friend the impertinence of a friend, or a husband the familiarity of his wife, please tolerate the wrongs I may have done you. Purport. Krishna's devotees relate to Krishna in various relationships. One might treat Krishna as a son, or one might treat Krishna as a husband, as a friend, or as a master. Krishna and Arjuna are related in friendship. As the father tolerates, or the husband or a master tolerates, so Krishna tolerates. Krishna tolerates. Wow, I mean, it's such a beautiful, husbands do tolerate the familiarity of their wives, and friends, and the father's impudence of the son, So it's such a sweet apology, actually, of Arjuna. Arjuna continues to apologize, and Krishna, he tolerates. It's just, I don't know, right now, the first time I saw this, I was seeing it from a very formal perspective, this entire chapter, actually. It has never been my favorite chapter in the universal form, but now that I'm reading it this time, surprisingly, it opens this friendship of Krishna and Arjuna opens to me in a very new perspective, and this perspective is very sweet, very personal, very because there are different kinds of friends, isn't it? There are friends which are senior, just like a senior and junior. There is a friend, so Krishna, meaning I'm talking about categories, like Krishna with Yudhishthira Maharaj is considered Yudhishthira's elder, so there's different kind of friendship. There's a mellow of seniority, or with Sahadev and Nakul, there is a mellow of they're juniors, they're young friends. But with Arjuna there's equal friendship, and how Arjuna reacts in it's just beautiful. Text 45. Adrishta purvam hrishitosmi drishtva bhayena cha pravyathitam mano me tad eva me darshayateva rupam prasida devesha jagannivasa. After seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened. But at the same time, my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, please, bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as the personality of Godhead, O Lord of Lords, O abode of the universe. Okay, now, I was just talking about the sweet friendship of Arjuna and Krishna, and I completely missed out on the point that Krishna still, Arjuna was talking to universal form. Arjuna saw the universal form, and he didn't forget that it's his friend, and he addressed Krishna in such a sweet way. And now Arjuna is asking, can you please again reveal your form as the personality of Godhead? Right? Now, purport. Arjuna is always in confidence with Krishna because he is a very dear friend, and as a dear friend is gladdened by his friend's opulence, Arjuna is very joyful to see that his friend Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead and can show such a wonderful universal form. I just really admire this. Imagine Arjuna saw all of this, he's like, Krishna, you're awesome, you know? It's like, yeah, so he's glad and he's confident. And he's still talking to that universal form, which we have just described in previous episodes. Anybody would be overwhelmed. And Arjuna is confident, and he's also truthful, right? He's like, I'm disturbed with fear. Okay, but he's glad at the same time. Have you ever been scared and glad at the same time? I think I have, definitely. Definitely I have. It's maybe something that, yeah. Okay. Reading further. But at the same time, after seeing that universal form, he is afraid that he has committed so many offenses to Krishna out of his unalloyed friendship. Thus, his mind is disturbed out of fear, although he had no reason to fear. So that was the fear that he has committed offenses. Arjuna, therefore, is asking Krishna to show his Narayana form, because he can assume any form. This universal form is material and temporary, as the material world is temporary. But in the Vaikuntha planets, he has his transcendental form with 4 arms, 4 hands, as Narayana. There are innumerable planets in the spiritual sky, and in each of them Krishna is present by his plenary manifestations of different names. Thus, Arjuna desired to see one of the forms manifested in the Vaikuntha planets. Of course, in each Vaikuntha planet the form of Narayana is 4-handed. But the 4 hands hold different arrangements of symbols: the conch shell, mace, lotus, and disc. According to the different hands, these 4 things are held in. The Narayanas are variously named. All of these forms are one with Krishna. Therefore, Arjuna requests to see his 4-handed feature. 4-handed, right? Text 46. Kiritinam gadinam chakrahastam ichchami tvam drashtum maham tathaiva tenaiva rupena chaturbhujena sahasrabaho bhava vishvamurte. O universal form, O 1,000-armed Lord, I wish to see you in your 4-handed form, with helmeted head and with club, wheel, conch, and lotus flower in your hands. I long to see you in that form. Purport. In the Brahma Samhita 5.39 it is stated, Rama dimurtishu kalani yamena tishtan. The Lord is eternally situated in hundreds and thousands of forms. And the main forms are those like Rama, Nrisimha, Narayana, etc. There are innumerable forms. But Arjuna knew that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. Original, right? Personality of Godhead. Assuming his temporary universal form, He is now asking to see the form of Narayana, a spiritual form. This verse establishes, without any doubt, the statement of the Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, and all other features originate from Him. He is not different from His plenary expansions, and He is God. God in any of His innumerable forms. In all of these forms, He is fresh, like a young man. That is the constant feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who knows Krishna becomes free at once from all contamination of the material world. So, in the next verse, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, and what Krishna Uvacha? What he said in reply? We will read tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in today. The book links, previous episodes timeline, and biography of the author can be found on shravanamdiaries.com. The link is in the description, and we shall see you tomorrow.
Hare Krishna